The Meghalaya Deputy Chief Minister in charge of Home, Prestone Tynsong, has ruled out any foul play in the death of the Hungarian tourist who was found dead near Sohra nearly 2 weeks after he went missing. He stated that the tourist had fallen accidentally into the river and dismissed any suspicion of foul play. The Deputy Chief Minister highlighted the dangers posed by Meghalaya's rivers, especially in hilly regions, and reiterated repeated advisories issued to tourists to exercise caution when visiting or trekking near riverbanks. He stressed that the state's water bodies in hilly terrains are vastly different from those in the plains, making them particularly risky for unaccompanied or uninformed visitors. The body of the missing tourist, Puskas Zsolt, was recovered on Thursday afternoon around 1:30 p.m. at Ramdait village along the route to Tyrna in Shella under the Sohra Civil Sub-Division, concluding a prolonged and intensive search operation. Zsolt had been missing since March 29th. Police investigations revealed that he had checked into a hotel in Laitumkra around 3:45 a.m. and checked out at 9 a.m. the same day. He then boarded a local taxi which dropped him off at Mavsahu near Sohra by noon, and from there he reportedly began a solo trek towards Maukawir with the intention of reaching Nongriat carrying only a backpack.
Hungarian tourist, he died in Sohra. Do you suspect any foul play?
No, there was no such foul play at all. Let me just tell you. In fact, very unfortunate, he had an accident in that river.
About the safety of this tourist or about this Hungarian?
Well, in fact, from time to time, we used to request the tourists coming down to Meghalaya, not only that Sohra side, but anywhere they go. Because see, the river here in Meghalaya is very, very challenging. You can't treat the water of plain belt and the hilly area. It's totally different. So therefore, we used to request them that you have to be very careful while swimming and then even while touring to the riverbed.
My colleague Purbasha Bhattacharjee joins us live from Shillong. Purbasha, questions are being raised over the safety of tourists after the incident in terms of the routes that they should take, whether they are accustomed to trekking in the terrain, etc.
Well, definitely, Ronak, where Meghalaya is calling for adventure tourism, high value tourism. At the same time, the problem here is that the tourist needs to be regulated. The tourist needs to be at least monitored. In fact, in absence of this, it is very difficult to find out the whereabouts of the tourists when they decide to travel to various parts of the state. In fact, Meghalaya government, in fact, few days back when we spoke to a director of tourism, he has mentioned that in fact, over 16 lakh tourists visited last year. So Meghalaya is targeting in coming days the more number of tourists could visit the state. At the same time, the measures needs to be adopted to at least regulate tourists. At least tourists should be provided with proper facilities when they go to various places for trekking and all. Well, Deputy Chief Minister in charge, Home Police, Prestone Tynsong has clearly stated that in fact, the river, in fact, the terrain in Meghalaya, in the hilly areas, are quite different from the plain belt areas. And well, Meghalaya, in fact, Meghalaya in coming days has to take measures in this regard when it tries to develop its tourism, Ronak.
Purbasha, is it time to issue advisory for tourists now on the do's and don'ts when out in the hills for with, even the monsoons coming in thick and fast? Things might get a bit risky at times for those not accustomed to the terrain and, might just venture out for trekking on their own. So, list of do's and don'ts as a travel advisory seems like the need of the hour, isn't it?
Of course, Ronak, in fact, this is definitely the need of the hour. The advisors need to be, in fact, given to the tourists. If we say that if you want to say that the Meghalaya government is trying to develop tourism in the state, at the same time, this various developmental work like expansion of roads and all, it's going on. And we have seen that in Meghalaya is very much prone to landslides in various places. In fact, now the monsoon is coming, and in various places, this landslide problem happens, which cannot be avoided. Again, and with the various roads are being built, road construction are going on, this type of risk is there. And Meghalaya Tourism Department, I'm sure in coming days they will adopt a measure to at least to check the tourists who comes here. And in fact, few months back, there was a proposal. In fact, till now nothing has been spoken about. There was a proposal to have tourism police, tourist police, or tourist guides. So nothing is being spoken about. So once these things comes in place, once these things settles, then a lot of changes can be seen. But as of now, tourists have to be very careful, especially during the monsoon season.